So we're here at the world-famous Abbey Road studios recording Mythos. The idea came because I was at a friend's house and we were sitting around a table talking about the origins of different myths and religions and things, and I started telling the story as I remembered it of the early birth of the gods, the theogony as the Greeks called it, and everybody stared at me in some amazement and didn't seem to know the stories. They knew the names that came out of them, like Zeus, and so I decided maybe I should write it all down.
I was at Stephen Fry's book launch, and just a casual comment from Stephen. He said, "Do you think there's a suite of music to be written about these stories?" After quite a while, I thought, actually, I think there is.
This idea is, yes, Mythos. I think Debbie's done a remarkable job, and Andrew Sonics and Audio Network have done, to me, an astonishing job too in bringing together such amazing musicians. Couldn't be more thrilled, and thank you, and I'll hand you over to the maestra. Thank you. Well, Debbie, you sent me the demo, done with the old synthesizers and cutting and pasting the audiobook that I'd already recorded for Penguin. And I got very used to that, and I liked the sound of it. And yeah, of course, I come in here, and there's the full symphony orchestra, and it just blew my
It elevates
the
it.
difference is astounding.
It is astounding. And just the imagination of 80 musicians interpreting what you've written, they're phenomenal.
We would never get an orchestra like this. Audio Network brings people together in the most professional way with the best kind of toys you could ever have.
The stories lend themselves to music so beautifully. You know, they're timeless stories, but so dramatic. And the music actually came incredibly naturally. And the reading of them with music, somehow it brings this added dimension to the stories.
Myth and music are very closely related, I think. They both have this very precise things in your brain as you're listening, and yet they're also totally abstract.
And now they were united. More than that, in the fullness of time, she began to feel a child moving inside her. A baby girl, she felt sure. Her happiness was unclouded. The name was hardly out of Rhea's mouth before Kronos stepped forward, snatched the child from her arms, and swallowed it whole. He turned and departed without so much as a hiccup, leaving Rhea white with shock.